everyone, and welcome to this very special live Paint by Monster here on Facebook. Wow, isn't that exciting? Let's see if I can make all of this stuff work together and not get my computer dinged up and not get the drafting I don't know what's going to happen. Do you have any idea what's going to happen? I'm clueless? That's not true. Actually, some of the stuff I've got planned for us to do today, it should be fun. Here's what I think we're going to do. I think we're going to draw some monsters back there at the drawing table, and I'll tell you the most important art rule in history of all time. It seems like maybe that's something we ought to start with. Hey, Chris Hall. Nice to see you, Chris Hall. Hiya. There's one person here, that's Chris Hall. I'm so pleased to see you, Chris. Let's see. Let's get started drawing some monsters, okay? So let me switch over to this mobile cam view. That's where I've hidden the camera so that I can see the desktop. Oh, hang on. See, it's not as easy as it all looks. Hang on. Did I say that out loud? All right, so let's see how many monsters we're gonna draw. Hi, Chris. How many monsters are we drawing today? Let's figure that out, shall we? I have a dice here, so hang on. Let's have this. How many monsters are we gonna draw today? Whoop! I dropped the dice. 4 monsters. For me, that's all of my fingers. 4 monsters. That's what we're doing today. So, there's our number. Monster number 1. Here goes. I have... Monster number 1. Not sure what that is yet. We'll get back to that, all right? Oh, hang on. While this is drying, let's do this. Monster number 1. Okay? All right. Monster number 1. There it is. Always in my life, I have a hard time picking up small pieces of paper. Monster number 2. What do we think about monster number 2? Something, I don't know. Something spooky, scary. Monster number 2. Monster number 2. I don't know how scary that looks. I don't know. We'll have to come back and take a look at that. I have no idea what this is going to be, but this is number 2. Monster number 2. All right. 4 people are watching. Hi, 4 people. Nice to see all 4 of you. Tell your friends, Paint by Monsters Live. This is going to be monster number 3. Monster number 3. I love Godzilla, so one of them I'm going to have to make is Godzilla. By the way, as I told you, I was going to have these 10 things, the top 10 rules for art that I narrowed down in my description to the most important art rule. Hey, Patrick Fish. It's a book about science, that's right. Thank you for watching the Cosmos episode. Tell all your friends, Patrick, that they need to watch the Cosmos by Carl Sagan episode. Share it on your Facebook page yet today. In fact, I hope sleeping comes better to you today because you shared my video with someone that you like in your life or, mildly can tolerate in your life. All right. I'm going to tell you later the most important art rule that there is. But for right now, monster number 3, and I love Godzilla, so we're going to have Godzilla. Here, I'm going to draw something that's Godzilla-like. Here we go. Something like this, maybe. Like this, maybe. You know, something. That seems Godzilla is to me. Right? And because if you're doing Godzilla, you sort of have to do this. Hello, 7 people. I should be talking this whole time, but you know, when you're in your headspace of drawing and talking, you know, sometimes I just don't think about talking so much. So I just sort of let the art happen. You know, now I have to give him some of those little arms. You know, or at least something that you think might get you to an idea of arms. And he has to be very angry. I'm not sure. I think Godzilla was angry because of nuclear testing. I don't know. We'll come back and see this later. Oh, it was 8 people, but no. Oh, this is monster number 3. Monster number 3. Here we go. Number 3. Number 3. All right. Monster number 4. Remember, that's how many monsters we're drawing today. 4 monsters. So, monster number 4. Leave me a comment what you think monster number 4 should have been, but in the meantime, I'm going to make this, no idea. Let's do this, some of this, oh, some of it way over here, some of this over here, whoa, some of this, boy, gee whiz, what on earth is this thing going to be? I don't know. All right. Monster number 4. There it is. Let's let that dry and we'll come back. Let's do monster number 1 again. Let's take another look at monster number 1. Meanwhile, here's my top 5 rules. I'm not going to give you 10. Maybe tomorrow I'll give you some more art rules, but the top 5. Here's my number 1 rule. I'm going to have to tell it to you. I don't have a graphic to show you. Monster number 1. Here we go. Remember this? Monster number 1. What on earth do we think this is? By the way, rule number 5, art rule number 5. Looks like this. Art rule number 5. Good work gets paid. Good work gets paid. Okay? It costs you something to make something. Get paid. Anyway. What does this monster look? Oh, gosh. What do you think he is? This to me seems like maybe a pointy ear. Maybe he's got some of this. Maybe this is his hairstyle. Like some of that. He's a monster, but he's also, I think maybe he's a vampire duck. I think maybe. Well, yeah. I don't know what you'd call a vampire duck. What would you call a vampire duck? What would you call that? And I don't know what these things are coming off his head. Maybe they're horns. That's his tongue right there sticking out. Blah, blah. It's a vampire duck. That's monster number 1. There we go. Hi, Grant. Hi, Seth. Good to see you both. All right, monster number 2. Monster number 2. What on earth do you think of monster number 2? Well, let's see. These seem like eyes to me. Like I think maybe this is going to be its teeth. I think maybe it has this kind of a teeth. And then maybe it has some of these. I think maybe it's going to have some of this business, you know, give it that indication of skull. Like this. That's getting pretty monstery to me, you know? I think that seems like some kind of a monster. I wouldn't want to meet this in a dark alley, you know, some evening. It walks up and asks you, "Sir, do you have any change?" "No, get away from me, you terrifying..." "I don't know. How much do you need?" "How much do you..." "Mr. Monster, sir, how much change do you need?" Ugh. Monster number 2. Gee whiz. That's a really scary thing. I don't know. Ugh. Nightmare stuff. Monster number 3. The Godzilla. I adore Godzilla. I always have adored Godzilla. I love anything where men are in a giant rubber suit devastating a model on the floor. I can't tell you how much that pleases me. I remember when I was a little monster and we were watching on television. I was watching with my dad, and we were watching this movie called War of the Gargantuan, and it was 2 guys in rubber suits just beating the snot out of each other, and it was fantastic, and I loved it, and so did you if you ever saw it. You loved it too. Anyway, all right, what are we going to do with this Godzilla? I think maybe we're going to have to give him some angry eyes, because Godzilla is never happy when he shows up. Godzilla never shows up and says, you know, maybe we could go out for coffee. Maybe you could have me over to your house tomorrow night. Can you imagine the feeding if you had Godzilla as one of your zoo animals? How much would it cost you to feed Godzilla? Yikes. I don't even know what Godzilla eats, for goodness sakes. Cheeseburgers. Thousands and thousands of cheeseburgers. No idea. Boys and girls, one of the things that I hope is happening for you, that I always mean to sort of share with you is, and especially in these days where everybody's at home, I hope you are developing your imagination. I hope you're doing things, just like Leonardo da Vinci said, that it should not be too hard for you to stare into the circles in mud puddles and clouds and fire and things like that, so that you will see wonderful ideas. Now, I made this shaped like Godzilla, sort of, but some of the other shapes, I didn't know what those things were until we came back and I started drawing them with my pencil and sort of figuring out what those things were going to be. Okay? So, you don't always have to know in advance what your art is going to look like at the end. In fact, you're rarely going to know exactly what your art is going to look like in the end. You can plan. And the important thing is to learn how to draw. That's one of the rules. Learn how to draw. There's Godzilla. What do you think? Godzilla. Hi, 8 people. Wonderful. All right, last monster. Monster number 4. When I drew this, you know who this reminded me of? This reminded me of that, the fat kid on Arthur. You know, the PBS show. I'm not sure exactly what we do with this here. Yes, I am sure what we're going to do with this. this is his. Like this. Like that. And this. Like this. And this, like this. Can you see this? Great, all right. 7 people are still watching. Like this. This monster is going to be the dancing Batman. Because, oh my God, how terrifying is the dancing Batman? The dancing Batman. I think that's why they did it on TV once. I forgot that Bat-Tusi until just this moment. The Bat-Tusi. Dancing Batman. Ugh. That's a monster now. That's scary. Woo! Right. Okay. So. Oh, and he's capeless. Maybe that's what this is over here. Perhaps he's waving goodbye. Monster number 4 is a dancing Batman. Dancing Batman. Hey, this has been loads of fun for me to visit with you. Hi, 10 people, for a little bit. Let's put all of these monsters back up here on the screen just for a second, if I can get to them. Here's Godzilla. Here's this creepy thing, whatever that thing is. And here's a vampire duck. Do you have a favorite? Leave me a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear what your favorite is. I would love to hear where you are from in the world. If you were here and watching, I would love to know who you are. I would love for you to tell your friends. My plan is to be here again tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Or excuse me, 11 o'clock, not 7 o'clock. Why am I saying 7 o'clock? I don't know. Because I'm juggling 5 balls in the air right now. Boom, just like that. And then I was done drawing monsters. So, in the meantime, go make art with yourself, I hope. And, hey, I'll see you next time, all right? Bye, see you next time. Oh, by the way, Seth Johnson, thank you for watching. Grant Pachoco, thank you for watching. Chris Hall, thank you for watching. Everybody here who commented, please comment, leave me a comment. If I can see your name over there, I will mention your name. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock. See you then.